So welcome to part 2 of this YouTube series. So in this video I'm going to be going through the steps that I take when I upload a video to YouTube. And of course, if you are managing your own channel, I would highly recommend that you take these steps. And if you're a social media manager managing a channel for somebody else, then I highly recommend that you take these steps as well. The aim of these steps is to ensure that the video that you upload has the best possible chance of being seen by your target audience. And by taking these steps that I'm going to go through with you now, it will help you to learn more about that upload process and more about how powerful YouTube is as a search engine, because those all important keywords that you put alongside your video are going to be key to your video being presented to your ideal audience when they create a search on YouTube or on Google. Now, if you want a copy of these steps in written format, then I have a Google Sheets that you can download, and I've dropped a link to that below this video. If you don't know me, my name is Anita Wong, and I'm a YouTube strategist, YouTuber, and video marketing coach. And I'm here to help you understand how to use video, primarily on YouTube, but to use video from YouTube to share across your other social media platforms. Okay, so let's jump into my YouTube channel and let's just go through a few things. Now, when you have a video on YouTube, you can see on my channel that my videos are placed on the home page and I have them in playlists. Now, these are very important when it comes to people absorbing your content. If you can group your videos together into categories or playlists, then you've got more chance of people consuming your content. Now, most people who have a YouTube channel don't have their homepage organised, and if you watched my first video in this series, you'll know how to organise that. If you didn't watch my first video in this series, then I have dropped a link to that below this video, and you'll also see a little tab jump up that says that the first video is available, and you'll be able to go and watch that in a second once you've watched this one. Of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you can get notified when I upload more, because I will be adding more to this YouTube series. As you can see from my channel, I have this homepage and I have all these videos on my homepage. Most people don't have this homepage organised, so when you come to a channel, sometimes this doesn't show any videos at all, and you need to then go to this video tab. Now, this video tab basically shows the videos from latest, most popular to the oldest, and ideally, if you're going to use YouTube as a business tool, you want people, when they come to your homepage, to see what you're all about. So that's really important to have this done. Of course, every video that I have on my channel has a title, and every video has been optimized specifically for my channel. So if I click through to this video, now I want to just briefly go over what you see on my screen, because you won't see this on your channel screen unless you have what's known as the TubeBuddy app, which is this one over here. And this gives me some information that helps me upload my videos. But I just want to go through the steps that one should take. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click edit video, and I'm going to go to the stage that you will see once you've uploaded a video to your channel. So when you upload a video to your channel, you click this create button and you get this upload videos option. You would upload your video, and I would recommend that when you go through this, you make your video unlisted. And the reason for that is that when you first upload your video, if you unlist it, it allows YouTube to do its checks. And what YouTube will do is it will check whether there's any copyright breach. And that's if you've got background music or you're using any music in your video. It will just check that you're not breaching any copyright. And leaving it unlisted allows YouTube to do that, because if you want to make sure that your video gets as much reach as possible, then you don't want any restrictions on it. So I would recommend that when you upload your video, you list it as unlisted. It only takes a few minutes depending on the length of your video, but just have it unlisted for a couple of minutes and then come back into the video like I just did by going to the video, If it's been published, go to the video and click edit. If it hasn't been published, click on your profile picture and go to your YouTube studio. From your YouTube studio, come over here where it says content, and then you can see the videos. Whether they're published or not, it will say it here, or say public, or it will say unlisted. All you need to do is click the pencil, and that takes you into that area. So you either get to it from the front end if the video has been published, or from the back end if it's unlisted. Now, the first thing one needs to do is to put a title. So you need to create a title for your video, and you have up to 100 characters to do that. So when you do your title, be very aware of the keywords that you would want in your title. So in other words, when somebody is searching for something on YouTube, they are going to type in a string of words, like a sentence, and you want those keywords that they're searching for in your title and your description and your tags. So when you're uploading your video, make sure that your video title is keyword rich. Make sure that you copy the title and put it in the first line of your description. Then I would suggest that you write something in your video description that relates to your video. And as you can see here, I've done a little summary of what's going on in this video. And I've also added some chapters. Now, chapters are an area where you can enable people to jump through your video. However, YouTube offers this. If we scroll down, it offers the option down here where it says automatic chapters. So YouTube will actually automatically segment your video on how it's being watched. So number one, do your video title. Number two, put that video title in your description, add your description, and then if you watched my first video, which shows you the presets, you'll see that some of the description is already in your description area, and you just have to fill in those bits relevant to the video in question. The next bit is your thumbnail. So adding your thumbnail to your video means that when it sits in the search area of YouTube, it will stand out against your competitors. So decide what you want your thumbnail to look like. And of course, you can always come in here and change it at any point. If you don't have a thumbnail, then the YouTube AI will just choose a thumbnail for you. So I think that adding a thumbnail is super important. And you can do that thumbnail in an app such as Canva. Now, a playlist is something that you would need to do to group your videos together. So a playlist is like a series of videos together, and it makes it easier for your audience to consume your content, because one of the biggest things we want on YouTube is to have our audience stay on our channel and keep consuming our content. So having our videos in a playlist means that when they watch one video from a playlist, it will automatically take them to the next video and the next video and the next video. And that's something that is really, really crucial. Just a note on playlists. A YouTube podcast is also a playlist. So if we go to my channel, you can see here that I have a podcast. When I click on it, I have 5 episodes of my podcast in that playlist. And what happens, as you can see here on the right, is that all the videos in the playlist are consumable straight away. Now, a podcast, when you create a podcast on YouTube, you create it the same way as you create a playlist. So you go to create and you see you've got a new playlist here. You can add a new podcast. Once you've created the first playlist with the podcast, every video that you add in from now onwards, as you can see here, you can see that playlist here is identified as a podcast. So you only have to create your podcast playlist once, and then every time you upload a video to YouTube, if it's a podcast, you just allocate it to that particular playlist. Any other playlist that you create on your channel is a video playlist, and as you can see, you can add your video to as many playlists as you wish, depending on what is the content of the video and depending on what you want the playlist to do. And if you're in here and you don't have a playlist and you want to create a new one, you can of course click the new playlist option here, and you can create a new playlist or a new podcast from in here as well. Playlists are a really cool way of getting people to watch your content and consume your content in a really easy way, because they can just go from one video to another, to another, to another. And that happens on any playlist. So when you look at a normal playlist and I choose, say, this one, again, each video that's in that playlist will just run straight after the other video, and you won't get taken anywhere else. You'll just watch the next video in that list. So playlists are super important when it comes to getting your audience to consume your content really easily. Okay, so the audience, now this is important because of the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. And if you watched my first video, we do go through where you can preset this. If you haven't done that in the preset area, you can do it for each individual video. However, I would recommend that if you are creating content for children, that you do it in there, so that the YouTube algorithm knows that you're always creating content for children. And it does have some restrictions like personalized ads, comments and things like that. If you're creating content or you're managing a YouTube channel for people who don't create content for children, then make sure you've ticked it, it's not made for children, and that opens up, obviously more features for you to use. Usually, typically, when you come into this area, you get to the end here and it has this show more option. This is where if you click on it, you open up another area, and this is what I want to quickly go through with you. The automatic chapters, I would suggest you tick that, because what will happen is that YouTube will, in the analytics of your video, will identify the top viewed areas and the least viewed areas, and will create your chapters from the top viewed areas. So what it finds important, it will create those chapters. Placement is good if you are a YouTube channel that is based in a particular area. And as you can see, it will help people explore key areas like public places like restaurants and shops. And you can allow it to display your current location, but it does show some private information as well, so you have to decide. I would say if you're a shop based company using YouTube to promote your visibility, then I would definitely suggest this is on. If you're not shop based, then I would turn it off so that you're sure that your privacy is maintained. Tags are basically a way of it's like a keyword search, but it's not as important anymore in regards to keywords. What it's important for is most commonly misspelt words, also putting some more obscure keywords in here to maybe reach a wider audience that you wouldn't normally reach, and you can just keep adding these up to 500 characters. If you're using the TubeBuddy app, which I'm going to go through in a second, you will be able to get some help from TubeBuddy. As you can see below here, it's recommending some tags that I use, and you'll only see this recommendation here if you're using TubeBuddy. And if you just stay to the end of the video, I'm going to go through why TubeBuddy is really important and really useful as a resource for you, as if you manage your own channel or if you manage somebody else's. The language and caption certifications and the recording date and locations and license distribution, that's all preset in your preset settings and will stay the same unless you change it in the individual video. Allowing embedding means that you can allow others to embed your video on their sites. Now, if you allow embedding, it means that someone else could use your content on their website. However, it will always come back to your channel. So that's a really good way of you allowing more visibility and more reach. Also, with the introductions of YouTube Shorts, which is the short 60-second vertical videos, we can also have an option to remix our long video into short videos. So we can choose whether we want to allow people to do that from our content as well, i.e. the video and audio, or just the audio, or don't allow it at all. It's entirely up to you whether you want that or not. Category is another area that's really important. It just helps people find your content more easier, or more easily, should I say, and there are about 12 different categories. So they're not that niche down. So just decide 1 or 2 and then you can just choose 1 per video. Comments and ratings, allow all comments, hold potentially inappropriate ones. I always do the hold potentially inappropriate ones because I don't really want any bad language and things. So I just allow YouTube's AI to decide that. And that's pretty much what you do with the basic uploads. Now, if you want to take your management of your channel and your videos to the next step, then I would suggest that you upload a SRT file, which is your subtitles. You can either upload a file to your video here, or you can create the captions yourself. You can write them in and do all of those things. So you can make sure that that's there, and that makes your videos accessible for everybody. You can also add an end screen here, and this is where you decide where you would like your audience to go after they've watched a video. And I've got mine set up here. You can see that I've got people going to another video that I want them to watch, and then also to a playlist. So that's always really good to have that in there so that you decide where people go after they've watched your video, not YouTube. Cards, depending on the level of your YouTube channel, usually go where you can get videos to show up or playlists to show up during your video. If you are monetized or in the partner program like I am, I can also have an external link, but you might not see that on yours. But you will see definitely the option to add a playlist or add a video. So you could experiment with that to see whether that's any use for you. Now, that's just a brief overview of what I would do with a video every time I upload it. Now, of course, most people might not do this, and then what happens is that they wonder why they don't have any views on their videos. They presume that by uploading a video to YouTube, it's just going to get seen by everybody. What one needs to remember is that there are a lot of people uploading videos to YouTube, and that's okay. But what we want to do as our own YouTube managers or as a social media manager is we want to be able to give that video the best opportunity as possible. And you do that by optimizing the video every time you upload one. So as I promised at the beginning and during the middle of this video that I would go through the tool called TubeBuddy and what it can do to help you optimize your videos for search. Now, as you can see on the screen here, if I go to TubeBuddy, what it does is it enables you to use the features inside of TubeBuddy to score your video. So you can basically go through the steps and it will help you to manage your videos, and it also has AI, so it also uses artificial intelligence to help you, make the best opportunities for your videos. So if we just look at the features, I just want to go through this Keyword Explorer with you. So what the Keyword Explorer will do is it will help you to get your videos ranked, and it will show you when you're using the tool that whether it's searchable, whether people are looking for it, and the closer to green you get, the better it is for you. And you can see on my own video here that I can click on here where this TubeBuddy option is, and I can actually do the SEO studio where I can look at different factors within my video SEO and make it a little bit better. I can also look at the title again. I can get suggestions for the title. I can do all sorts of things with the SEO tools within TubeBuddy. So I would highly recommend that you give TubeBuddy a go. And if we look at the pricing just quickly, if you are new to YouTube or you have less than 1,000 subscribers, you can actually get it for 50% off. So they do some really good deals in here. And if you want to try it out, I've dropped a link to this below this video, and you can also get a link to it in the crib sheet and the tick sheet guide that you can also get from below this video as well. So I hope you found that video useful. It basically just runs through the steps that one would need to take in order to give your videos the best opportunity when you upload them or you go back to them and optimize them. Of course, it is a learning curve for you as a video creator or a manager of a YouTube channel. And the more you do create videos, the more you optimize the videos, the more you learn about doing it much quicker. And also the more you learn about your audience. And the more you learn about your audience, the easier it is for you to optimize your videos and of course place those videos in front of your ideal audience. I hope you found this video useful. Like I said before, if you haven't watched video 1 of this series, then you will be able to watch that as soon as I stop talking, or I will put a link below this video as well. My name's Anita Wong, and if you would like to learn more about using YouTube as a business tool, then don't forget to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell so that you get personalised notifications as well. And if you would like to have a call with me, then I'll drop a link to a free 15-minute discovery call where we can discuss how I can help you to step into YouTube and to make the most of your video content. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.